Hello everyone, it's Pay right here, and welcome back to another episode of My Two Cents. So, this week has been, kind of crazy. Um, so, first off, uh, I live in New Jersey, and the weather here has just been really, really weird. Like, 2 weeks ago, it was over the last, 2 weeks or so, it's gone from, like, highs in the mid-50s to highs in the high, highs in the upper 20s and snow in the morning, to highs in the mid-50s again, to highs in the low 30s. And now today it's 61. Okay. Or at least it was at some point. I don't remember exactly when, but whatever. um, yeah, whatever. A lot of other stuff has been going on recently outside of, in, in many things that I said in my channel trailer that I would like to talk about. So let's just talk about them then. Um, uh, the NBA trade deadline, even though it's not even the deadline hasn't even happened yet, but there's already been three massive trades just this week alone. Earlier this week, Kyrie Irving got traded to the Mavericks from Brooklyn. Main piece Brooklyn got back was Spencer Dinwiddie, who was actually really good. Was unrelatedly really good. Was probably the second best option on the Mavericks before he got traded. Now, obviously, Irving is. Um, most people said that with the Mavs' limited assets, it's kind of impressive that they were able to trade for him. And yeah, I kind of agree. I also saw somebody say that unless Kyrie and Luka fit really well, it's probably gonna be a lose because the Mavs did trade several, or well, most of their first round picks to get most of their picks to get him, at least recent ones. Then yesterday, two huge trades. I know one of them was completely finalized. I'm not. I know one of them was actually. I know one of them happened. I'm not sure. I think the other one I saw was it said that the deal was being finalized. I'm pretty sure it got done. Um, Nothing. That's a dang it. Um, the one that was said was being finalized was Russell Westbrook from LA to Utah. Yep, it finally happened. Um, Let me see for a second. I have it. I have an image of it. Statement like, "Are you serious?" Yeah, forgot that it's on the charger. I forgot about that. Hang on. Hang on a second. Shut up. Just shut up. Where is the? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, it was last night, right? Yeah, it was last night. I need to scroll down to. Here we go. The Westbrook trade. Yep. Um, Westbrook got traded to the Jazz for not the Jazz, Timberwolves. Sorry. Um, uh, they're going to get D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt for. Oh, it is. There is a yeah. Westbrook's going to the Jazz. It's a three-team trade actually. Um, Lakers get D'Angelo Russell from Minnesota and Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt. D'Lo, who used to be a Lakers former second overall pick that they traded almost immediately. So that's fun. Um, and then Mike Conley and Pitts go to the Timberwolves, and Russell Westbrook and a lightly protected 2027 LA first round pick goes to the Jazz. So yeah, that's an interesting little thing. I don't really understand three team trades at all, but hey, Jazz fans aren't happy about that at all. Um, uh, with Beasley and Vanderbilt going away, uh, and them getting Russell Westbrook and oh yeah, and Mike Conley. Wait, where was Conley again? I don't remember. Anyway, last time I remember him, he was on the Grizzlies, but whatever. He's obviously somewhere else now. But either way, that's a pretty big one. They finally got rid of Westbrook. Everybody's been talking about it ever since, pretty much like, ever since like everyone realized that the Westbrook trade was a mistake. Hey, they finally traded him, so that's cool. And then the other one is Kevin Durant. Yep, Suns are saying Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, 4 first-round picks. Yes, four, and and a 2028 pit swap. Yeah, that's gonna be probably insignificant because it's 5 years from now, or it could be really significant. I don't know. It's tough to predict what's gonna happen in 5 years. I don't even know where I'm gonna be in 5 years. Anyway, and the Suns are getting back Durant and T.J. Warren from the Nets. So this is interesting. Jay Crowder was, yeah, I'm not surprised they traded Crowder. He wanted to, I think he wanted out. And Mikal Bridges, I mean, like normally, like if they weren't getting Kevin Durant in return, I would be like, what are you doing? Because Mikal Bridges is actually a pretty good player for them. Like, probably their third best option before he got traded. Well, not anymore because Kevin Durant is, and also they're probably one of their top 3 or 4 players. Well, not anymore because Kevin Durant is, and also Mikal Bridges is gone. So he's probably gonna be a good piece for this rebuilding Nets team. He's pretty young. Um, and also a bit get to be also we won't have to travel all the way from Phoenix to Charlotte to deal with whatever the heck his brother's going through right now. I Anyway, yeah, somebody said it was surprising that the Suns didn't have to let go of Aiton or CP3 in the deal. Um, yeah, but Mikal Bridges and Jay Crowder are definitely capable players. And James Johnson, kind of. I don't really know him very well. 4 first-round picks is ridiculous. And then a pit swap in 2028, whatever. So that's an interesting one. Yeah, all 3 of those were ridiculous. Um, also, uh, last Saturday, I actually went to the Philadelphia Wings game versus Albany, and they crushed it. 7-1 at halftime, 9-1 in the third quarter. Final score was 13-5. Um, yes, they did equal our scoring output in the fourth quarter. Thanks for asking. Um, I don't know how they did that, but whatever. Um, Either way, and I mentioned that because we're actually going to the Flyers game on Sunday. Me and my father again. Um, probably have like probably have like prime seats again. Um, Thanks to the Flyers Cinesat program. Love that they've been doing that. We've done that since 2010, so yeah, very happy that we can keep doing that and keep going to games. First time ever playing the Kraken, so that's fun. Seattle, the newest NHL team. Um, yeah, can't wait to go there. It's at 1, so we won't have to miss the Super Bowl, thank God. Speaking of the Super Bowl, going to the NFL for a sec. Um, uh, well, the Pro Bowl games happened, and they were okay. Like, the flag football is kind of underwhelming. I didn't like that it was only a 50-yard field. Kind of would have liked it to be at least like a full field. Also, I saw like people like having like those like towels that they have that they usually keep behind their bats right next to the flags just to fool people. And I'm like, screw you. Anyway, um, yeah, that happened. Um, uh, it seemed like like going into it, my dad didn't really like that the Manning brothers were the ones coaching because they thought they were just gonna trash talk each other the whole time. No, Eli barely said anything, and Peyton was just focusing on coaching constantly, a lot, and making comments about everything, which kind of sounds like me a bit. Which is funny because we have the same name, except the second letter is different. Anyway, the competitions were interesting. Well, still competitions. I didn't watch the Thursday ones. I do have it recorded though. But I watched the ones that happened during the well, during slash before slash after the actual flag football game, so those were fun. Um, yeah, I liked it. It was fine. It's better than the old Pro Bowl at least, because that one sucked. Speaking of All Stars, the NHL All Star game happened as well. Defending champs Metropolitan lost in the semifinal. Central beat Pacific, and then Central lost to the Atlantic Division. With Matthew Tkachuk, home the hometown player, playing for the host team Florida Panthers, ended up getting the MVP trophy or award, whatever. I don't even know if there was a trophy because I didn't watch that far. I only watched the end of the game. Um, yeah, I think he had like 5 points. Yeah, that was really cool. Um, Lots of fun stuff. The skills competition. The breakaway challenge, for the most part, I don't like the breakaway challenge anymore. I just don't. Um, but I did like seeing Crosby and Ovechkin and Ovi's little son, Sergey, team up. Loves. Answer said, like, it's his first goal, definitely not his last. Yeah, that's true, dude. That's totally true. Um, yeah. Uh, can't wait to see how he's going in 15 years. Hmm. And then they scored a couple of really nifty goals in the actual 3-on-3 game themselves. Of course, they didn't end up winning because Atlanta beat them, I think, 10-6. Yeah, all three games are high scoring. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it for sports. I mean, baseball doesn't really have much going on except for the World Baseball Classic, but I don't really care about that. Going over to pageantry for a second. Miss Charm is happening, first edition since 1990. It happened for 2 years, 1989, 1990. And they were going to originally bring it back, I think, in 2020. But it got pushed back because of COVID. And then it did again. And again. um, and, yeah, now it's happening. They're doing preliminary stuff. It's cool. Um, yeah, can't wait to see who wins that. Also, Miss Planet International finally had their final. Um, it was originally going to happen back in the fall, last fall, but got canceled, or got, not canceled, postponed, because the host country, Uganda, I think had a yellow fever epidemic? I'm not exactly sure. I some kind of disease. I forget if it was Ebola, cholera, or yellow fever. I don't remember. Either way, um, or hay fever. I don't know. It wasn't fun. Um, Several nations dropped out. Uh, the original Filipino representative, uh, Herlene Budal, uh, decided to not compete, and then a completely different organization decided to appoint their own delegate and send her, and she actually won. The original organization that originally it was BB, um, they were trying to like block the other person who ended up winning, hilariously enough. Maria Luisa Varela, congratulations to her. Um, the newest Miss Planet International. She, uh, yeah, she almost got blocked from even competing because, uh, BBP didn't, like, Hurley had not decided not to compete, and they didn't, and BBP didn't want another delegate to compete instead of Hurley, and so they're like, stop, don't go, and, her and the other organization were like, no thanks, and she backed it up by winning. So, I mean, good for her. That probably shut them up. Anyway, also Universal Woman, the first edition of that, happened, and to absolutely zero people's surprise, um, the only real pageant veteran, uh, former Miss Supranational runner-up, uh, Valentina Sanchez Travella of Venezuela, ended up winning, which was also not surprising because this new pageant is co-owned by a Venezuelan in another former uh, major pageant runner-up, Miss Universe 2012 second runner-up, Irene Esther. The other co-owner is actually another Miss Universe runner-up, um, in Brazilian and Miss Universe 2020 first runner-up, Julia Gama. So, yeah, can't wait to see what those two have in store for future presents, and congratulations to Valentina for winning the first edition. So, yeah. And the final pageant note I want to talk about is, um, so, Miss Universe. Why? Just why? The new owner of Miss Universe, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce her last name. Thailand names are weird. A lot of Southeast Asian names are weird. Anyway, so she announced that the franchise fees were going to be uh, like the franchise licenses. Like she wanted to kind of like clean out any like garbage organizations. So she decided to like have basically a bidding war for Miss Universe franchises in separate countries. And already, um, two confirmed countries have already lost. Who the original holder had lost their franchise. Um, Malaysia, which I don't remember what the original organization was called, but they have been steadily improving over the years, and I'm kind of sad that they lost it. But the more shocking one was probably Puteri Indonesia, or Princess of Indonesia in English. Um, they lost they lost the bid as well to a completely different organization, which is like kind of really surprising because come on, Puteri, like you're literally run by the Japanese royal family. What are you doing? You guys should have more than enough money to outbid anyone. Whatever. I don't really like the way she's doing. I don't like the way Anne's doing it with this bidding stuff. Just like keep the franchises where they are, or just or just like have or just like somebody try to challenge. Like have the current franchise holder like set the bid first, and then have the other ones try to match it. Like I feel like you should give the original franchise an advantage there. So yeah, that's just whatever. And lastly, track and field stuff. Uh, the the first professional meet of the year happened in Boston on February 4th, Saturday. Um, and there was a lot of interesting things that happened there. Um, the most well known, or the biggest one was probably Keely Hodgkinson breaking the indoor 600-meter world record, and also one-upping her American rival, Finn Mo, um, with a new world record time of 65.63 seconds, or 1 minute 5.8 point. Um, and also, there were several other races. I think Gabby Thomas narrowly won a 300-meter race. Um, 60 meters, I think. I forget which event was the one where. I forget which event was the one where Kim Bunji beat Swoboda, and which one was the one that Ashley Smith ran 7:04. It was one of those. I don't know. Yeah, also other performances this week. Julian Alford continuing to dominate in the college ranks, because of course. Um, Mondo Duplantis, the pole vault world record holder, indoors and outdoors, um, setting the best season debut ever with I think a jump of like 6.05 or something like that. That's ridiculous. Um, he's probably going to jump over 6.22 at least this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he breaks his own world record again, multiple times. That guy's ridiculous. Anyway, and yeah, there were several other performances as well that were just interesting. Lamont Marcel Jacobs made his season debut, ran pretty well in the 60. Um, there was another 60-meter race in I think Arkansas. That was actually a really big professional field. Um, most of many like talented like people that had made like 100-meter and 60-meter finals in previous years competed in that one. Um, Marvin Bracy was also supposed to compete in that one, but he did not show up. Um, I believe it was who won that one. Um, I don't remember, but it was. I think it was a good race. Yeah. Either way. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. Uh, oh yeah. Also, the Grammys happened. I don't really watch those, but Beyonce broke a record. Most Grammys ever won in a career. Viola Davis just became just the 23rd person ever to win both, to win all of Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. Um, that's like congratulations for her as well. Loved her in the Woman King movie. Uh, Lizzo won Record of the Year, which was kind of a shock. And also, she showed immense class by shouting Beyonce out. That was fun. Um, Also, Trevor Noah being hilarious with saying, "You can have the GOAT debate. It's over. It's Beyonce." That was fun. And also Harry Styles kind of robbing Beyonce twice with Song of the Year and Album of the Year. Yeah, that was surprising. Um, I mean, I don't blame them, but also Beyonce could have gotten at least one of those. Um, and also I didn't know this, but there is a contemporary Christian section, and Maverick City Music absolutely swept. Which, okay, sure. Um, I mean, there's other ones that I probably would have picked, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. So that's pretty much all I have for today. Thank you for listening to my 2 cents. So until the next video, this is Pay Ride checking out. Bye.